Hello wrestling fans, how's everyone doing? I am doing pretty good. I'm in a great mood, so I decided to make another awesome wrestling video for you, my wrestling gurus. Anyway, now the name of this video is Who Should Win the 2012 Royal Rumble. I cannot believe it. It has been 25 years in the making. I remember the very first one. It started back in 1988. Of course, I was too young to watch it, but thank God for tapes. And I'm so glad that WWE decided to make the box set of the Royal Rumble. That's awesome. I'm so glad they finally did that a couple years ago. So thank you very much, WWE. You're an awesome company. You make some terrific Blu-ray edition, DVDs, documentaries. Hopefully you guys keep it up. Okay, now I have a small list. Now I really think these guys deserve to win the 2012 Royal Rumble, but it might change the storyline down the road, you know what I'm saying? But this is just a wild guess. Now the first guy, you think I'm Coco-Doots, you guys think Team Rara, why in a blue moon is this first guy on the list? Well, I'll tell you that right now. His name is Dolph Ziggler. He's a former world champion. Remember that last year? He had a little run with Edge. And he was a former Intercontinental champion, former United States champion. He's great on the mic. I like his finishing move. And he has a great manager. Vicky, I know you guys won't agree with me, but I think Vicky is a good manager. Not one of the best managers in WWE history, but she's good, good enough right now. Now, right now, I don't think that Dolph could be a Royal Rumble winner, but you never know. Right now, he's a mid-carder. That's all he is, but WWE might shock us and say, holy cow, Dolph is the new number one contender for the world title or W belt, But you never know. Anything could happen in W history, Okay, another guy, he had a great run in 2000, especially of the summer. I'm talking about CM Punk from Chicago, Illinois. That's awesome. He had two good matches. One of them I could think of is Money in the Bank, where I attended. That place was outrageous. That place was a CM Punk, and then there's a John Cena sucks is great. Nobody don't give a darn about the two ladder matches from Raw and SmackDown. Everybody was focused on the CM Punk and John Cena match, but it was a good match. And then they had a rematch at SummerSlam. It was not as good as the following pay-per-view, Money in the Bank. Then CM Punk had another great rival with Del Rio, and then Punk got the belt back, but I think he did. But it was a good match, for my opinion. Now, Punk might lose it now until a Rumble, or if he does lose it before Rumble, you can always get another chance at Elimination Chamber, you could be the number one contender in Elimination Chamber, or become the world champion, or WWE champion. Most likely be WWE champion, but he's on Raw, Another guy I haven't seen in a while on Raw or SmackDown, he might be on Superstars, is Alex Riley. He might be a surprise entry on at the Royal Rumble, but I don't think that's going to happen because I have not seen him on Raw or SmackDown, what I said a few minutes ago. So I don't know why I mentioned him. It's just a guy out of World of Work, Okay, another guy, it might happen, it may not. It just is Jack Swagger, the All-American Swagger. Right now, he's a mid-carder, not doing absolutely nothing. I had a little feud with some mid-carders. He's not even picking no main eventers, so that's not his fault. It's the writer's fault. And I know he won. He's the former ECW champion, former I think I know United States champion, I'm not too sure. IC champion, I'm not too sure about that. He had a chance with Dolph become tag team champions, but they freaking blew it a couple months ago. But that'd be a great pick, Jack Swagger, you know. But it reminded me of another spin-off of Kurt Angle. There's only one Kurt Angle, and I think Kurt Angle does a better ankle lock than Jack Swagger, but that's just my opinion. I'd like to see Jack Swagger versus Kurt Angle, but it's never going to happen because Kurt Angle is very, very happy in TNA. But anything can happen in the W, you know. If the money walks or something like that, you know. It's all because of the money, money, money. Okay, another guy, it may happen or may not, is the Big Show. Now, right now, Big Show has a little feud with Daniel Bryan because Daniel Bryan is currently world champion. And plus, Big Show had not had a belt for a long time. I know he won the belt at TLC just a short time, but that kind of sucks. But what can you do? And Big Show is the former ECW champion, tag team champion, never IC champion or never United States champion, but you guys get my drift. Another guy, it could be like a shotgun return, is Christian. I know Christian is on the injury list. You know, injury list. Last time we saw him was, I think, 3 weeks before Savageries, because he was supposed to be in that team with Team Barrett, but he got hurt, so they had to put another guy in. I forgot who it was. Oh well, it doesn't matter, but I think it'd be great. Now, if he does come back, when he does, he should be face, no doubt about it. Another guy, I don't think it's going to happen, but it just off my top of my head is Kane. I know he has a little feud with John Cena. You know, I think it'd be a terrific feud right now between Kane and John Cena. I think these two guys are going to have a match at probably 1-on-1 at Royal Rumble, or they're going to be in the Royal Rumble, but we'll find out very, very shortly before Rumble kicks off. Okay. Another guy I love to see to win it. He never won it before. His name is Sheamus. He's a 2-time WWE champion. 1-time King of the Ring, you know, from Raw. That was very bogus. Now, King of the Ring should have been on pay-per-view, but I'll discuss that in a future video. Maybe, if I feel like making it. You know, Sheamus is a great athlete. I like his finishing move. It's just a ripoff as the Razor's Edge, but they change it, you know. They always do that for every wrestler, you know. Another guy, it could happen, is The Miz, the awesome one. I know he has a lot of feud with R-Truth, and he never won the Royal Rumble before in his career, you know. I prefer to see some young guys win the Royal Rumble than some guys done it before, you know, like The Undertaker, The Rock, Austin, Triple H, HBK, Randy Orton. You know, that's just a little drift. You know, that's just a little example. Okay, another guy I love to see it happen is Wade Barrett, because he has a terrific run lately, ever since I think around Savageries when he feud with Team Orton. Fantastic. Then he had a little feud with, you know, a little one-on-one with Orton. You know, like I think TLC and couple of Raw, couple of SmackDown, and this past SmackDown was a no, I think no disqualification, no falls count anywhere. It was great, you know, backstage, and then when they went in the elevator, and it was awesome. I liked that. And then the scary part was, probably was off stage, that Wade Barrett, I think he threw him down. Of course, camera didn't cut that part. By the time the camera got it, Randy Orton was on the floor already. So it sucks. He's going to be out for a while. Back injury. So I think he's going to have back surgery. So most likely he's going to be out for the Rumble. That sucks. Now, a guy who recently returned is Y2J. Now, he could be a surprise entry, but everyone knows he returned on Monday night. So, I don't know, you know, right now he's face Y2J, but down the road he could turn heel. Look what happened at in 07 when he returned. he was face for a little bit, then a few months later he turned heel. Now, if I was WWE, make him stay face for a while, maybe like a year, maybe like a year from now, turn heel. You know, he's great on the mic. You know, a face heel. He's a definitely Hall of Famer. Now, another guy I like to see happen, but I don't think it's ever going to happen. Is Sin Cara. You know, I know he's a very skinny and not a powerhouse like the big guys, but I don't think it's going to happen because 06 Rey Mysterio won it. But the reason they did that for Rey Mysterio because Eddie Guerrero passed away, and that's not the way you should let death use it as a storyline. That's very, very bogus. But the second time he won the World Champion at the Fatal 4-Way pay-per-view, that was still very, very bogus, you know? He used that on Jack Swagger, that one move, and it was very bogus. His run in WWE is very, very close to end, and he's going to have a match with, most likely, Sin Cara. So, I'm looking forward to Rumble. Now, if you want to, you could send me some video response, or just comment down below, either or. I don't mind. Either or. I love your video response. I love your comments. Keep up the great work. And that's about it. And, oh yeah, before I let you guys go, I forgot to add this in this video. Maybe some shocking Hall of Famers might make a one-time appearance. I mean, like, Ric Flair, if you could get out of this TNA contract. Maybe Kurt Angle. He's definitely Hall of Famer. I don't think Nash is going to make another Rumble appearance. Maybe something different. Maybe Scott Hall. Just kidding. Or maybe Hornswoggle. I'm just teasing. Okay, I'm finally out of here. There's my belt. The champ is finally out of here. Peace out. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys next video. Peace out. Sign out, my friends. Later. Woo!